2. Okay. Hi, everyone. Live. Yes. Success. Okay. That worked out perfectly.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Tonight, we're going to be talking all things Swarm, and we got a great panel of guests. So before we discuss the show, I wanted to bring in each of our guests and let them introduce themselves. So I'll be pulling them in one by one. So we're going to start with Tyrone.
Oh, hey guys. Thank you guys for having me. This is fun. I'm excited.
Yes. All right, next up, we got Tyrone.
Hey, Glad to be here.
Yes,
I'm excited.
Yes. Next up, we got Tommy.
Yes.
Hey.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, I think I see people down there. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, last but not least,
we got to have some more ladies representing. So we got Keisha.
Hey, Keisha.
Hey, the best for last.
I just came back from a student field trip, so I'm a little bit little tired, a little sleepy. We just ate good and everything.
Oh, it's nap time.
So I'm so excited. How y'all doing?
Great.
Yes, we have the best panel tonight.
How are you?
Like I said,
besides being tired.
I'm great. I am great. I just had a really wonderful time. So just came back about 20 minutes ago.
Okay.
So,
right in the door.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're glad you can join us. And I'm so glad for this panel. And we're so glad. Thank you guys, everyone, for saying yes to kind of joining us tonight.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. So as we mentioned, we're going to be discussing Swarm. Kira, you want to give them, we thought we would start off with kind of a trailer of the show. And hopefully, our last live, we got the blackout. So hopefully, let's pray.
Oh.
I'm feeling like it's going to be good.
I feel we'll be lucky this time. So we're just going to give the people a sample of the trailer.
Okay, cool.
About. So when you go to the full screen, you guys.
All right. I'm so ready.
All right. This show crazy, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
this show is insane.
I got to do her makeup. I wouldn't be able to touch her face. My hands would be shaking so much.
You still tweeting from that old ass Swarm account?
Mm-hmm.
She's not like everybody else. She knows what we're thinking and she gives it a name. She's a goddess.
With your feet on the air and your head on the ground.
I gotta grow up, Trey. I can't stay here with you.
Why are you doing this to me?
I had to ask you to leave.
Try to strip and spin it.
What do you think she's doing right now?
Who's your favorite artist?
You're a killer bee. Part of the swarm. Talking about Nisha. He gets stung.
They are not your friends. Those are some crazy ass fans.
This is feeling a little bit sketchy.
I always knew you were going to be something. I was like, she's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
You got a spare in the trunk.
No!
Oh, my favorite, the strippers.
I know.
I love them.
So cool.
Who is your favorite artist?
Well, she likes to eat.
Her and the dang eating. You know what? I stopped eating because I just eat snacks like that just anywhere I go.
Yeah. She had no shame.
I don't.
Yes.
I don't
All right.
I don't know. I kind
Look
of
at all the
like her
stars.
sister. She seems more spiritual.
Oh.
Yes. Woo!
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That
Well, we
brought back
survived.
memories.
I know.
I haven't seen it since the opening day it came out. I watched the whole series, and then I forgot some stuff I felt like, but that kind of refreshed my memory. So thank y'all for showing that.
Yeah.
Yes, we did get flags. Ooh.
Yes.
Yep. I'm just gonna pop in on the chat just to see who's here because we had some people just pop in. So we saw Caprice. Caprice said, "Hello, everyone. So excited to hear your thoughts on this. I haven't watched it, but I'm extremely interested to hear about it, and maybe I'll catch it after the stream." Awesome.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then we got Terrell in there saying, hey.
Hey.
And we got Terrell saying, hey.
Hey, folks.
Yep.
In his evil voice.
Yep. Lord Battle said, hey, y'all. Thanks for joining.
What's up?
What's up, Lord?
Jaleesa. Hey,
Hey,
y'all.
Jaleesa. I love her.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Ditto.
Then we got Oxiana. Hi, everyone.
Oksana.
And then we got Soy Milk said, hey, guys.
Oh, nice.
I love it.
Okay, awesome. So me and Kira made some banners, you guys, just to kind of keep us on
Okay.
track. Okay, but
Okay.
it's free fall. We can kind of talk about it. But the first thing I wanted to talk about is so we kind of got a little taste of what the show was about through the trailer, but looking at fans or stands. Okay, so I just did a quick definition. So for fans, it says an enthusiastic devotee, follower, or admirer of a sport, pastime, or celebrity. And then it says stan, an overzealous or obsessive fan of a particular celebrity. And I think everyone would let me know, would everyone put Dre as a stan?
Oh, she's a stan for real. She's an Uber stan. Like, she's a
stand to like the next level beyond the universe. She really has.
Yeah. I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and me and Kira were trying to think of we were talking the other day about all the different fandoms.
Right.
And just FYI, you guys, no fandoms come for us. Okay, so I'm not.
we definitely gotta be careful with the hive, y'all.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't want no bees attacking us. But we was trying to come up with some of because there's some popular ones, because we know there's for Beyonce, the Beehive, which kind of
1000%. Beyonce.
Yes,
Taylor Swift got her Swifties.
Yeah, we got Taylor Swift, the Swifties.
Okay.
Who else do we got?
Nicki Minaj got her Barbs.
Oh yeah, the Barbs.
Okay.
Mariah Carey got the Lamb.
Oh, the Lamb.
Oh,
yes.
Yes, that's so true. So so everyone agrees that we think that Dre is a over the moon stan.
Yeah, 1000%.
Yeah.
Squared.
And so I have a second part to that question before we dive in. Is there anyone here, we can go around, that would identify themselves as a fan of someone or a stan of someone? Let's start with let's go around. Tyrell, you want to start?
I don't know. I'm a fan of all the people that you guys just named, but I will say I'm a stan of Beyonce, because everything that bitch put out, I love. I eat it up. The world stops. Lemonade, world stopped. I'm waiting for her to drop them videos. The world's gonna stop again. And I bought my tickets. My birthday week, I'm gonna see her here in Santa Clara. I can't wait. And I'm a stan. Ever since I was young, I'm not like a bandwagon bitch. I liked her in Destiny's Child. I like Kelly Michelle. Kudos to them. But Beyonce's where it's at. Y'all crazy. So I loved her. I remember my whole binder. I don't know if y'all had that binder in school where you could put pictures in it and shit. I used to buy posters in the magazines just for that shit. The newspapers. Oh, Beyonce, and I'm buying it. You know, you get your little lunch money, bitch. Went to Beyonce. So to answer your question, I'm a stan, 1000%.
Okay. What about you, Tyrone?
Yeah, well, I would be a stan of Eminem, Mr. Marshall Bruce Mathers III. Yes, I had his name printed on my wall as a child. Posters on posters on posters. I did actually get to see him live once. It was amazing. It was an experience. But yeah, I would he's just, ever since a child, that was it for me. That was actually my first CD that I actually ever bought. Was
the Marshall Mathers LP.
Marshall Mathers
Yeah, that was a good one.
So good.
Slim Shady.
Oh yes.
Yeah, nice. Okay,
Tommy, what about you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna take you back just a little bit. So I was a fan. No, I probably was a stan of both equally, Michael and Prince.
Oh, I love Michael. Okay. Oh, 1000%. You got that. Yes.
Michael and Prince.
Yes.
And I think I said I was a stan of those two guys. I probably was, because I became emotional about them. Like if somebody said something out the way about either one, I felt something. Like I never met them. I did see Prince though. I did see him live.
Oh, what a concert!
Wow.
Once in a lifetime.
First of all, he wasn't human. Nobody could do what he could do and just be human. But yeah, I would feel something if somebody said something about them, and with the media stuff or whatever the case is, I used to be like, why am I getting so upset? Like they just said something about somebody I know. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe I was a stan. I don't know.
Yeah, you was definitely a stan.
you
You
sounded
getting emotional
like
and shit.
Whitney ruining your
Houston.
day.
Yeah. Okay, what about you,
Very nice.
Keisha?
Tommy, I almost got to see Prince, but he was over in Oakland. This was a month before he passed away, and I was in San Francisco. And he was at American Music Hall. And we waited. We waited till 1:00 in the morning. Prince didn't show up until 1:30. If we would have stayed 30 minutes, we would have seen Prince.
Oh, wow. So, Keisha, you in the Bay Area, girl?
No, I'm in Texas, but I have family in the Bay.
Oh,
and I
you
have
said
some
that. We talked
friends.
about this. Yes.
Yes.
Yep. We did. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess for me, oh Lord, and anybody that went to school with me, even my Depeche Mode.
Oh, nice.
Depeche Mode. You don't know Tyrone?
I don't know who that is. Who's that? What did she say? The fresh mode. I'm dead.
Hold on. Not
the fresh mode.
What did she say?
I was rocking with Depeche Mode. Or would you say like stands with like how it is now when I was in junior high. So people like clown me because you like Depeche Mode, they suck and blah blah blah, and I'm like, no, they don't.
I have to Google this. What the hell? Y'all need to play their music.
You're talking about go to Spotify.
What the hell is Pesh Mode?
Depeche Mode.
Pesh Mode. I'm googling it. Depeche is with D-E. Oh, there you go. Is it two white men? Okay.
Yes.
What they do? They sing. Is this them?
Yes,
yes.
Okay.
Yes, they started in 1976.
I'm sorry, I didn't know who they were.
Terrell got me over here crying already.
Caprice said great choice. Depeche Mode.
Oh, well, Caprice, good job. You know what that is.
I was straight up. I'm a Modi till I die. I've seen them twice. They actually are on tour right now. Their keyboardist Andrew Fletcher passed away last year, so it's just Dave and Martin, and they're killing it. And baby, them tickets about $200-some. I was like, I think I'm gonna have to skip on dog for like
that's too much for somebody I don't know. That's great. I'm sorry. They keep those at Ticketmaster.
I raised my children on Depeche Mode.
Nice.
I had the DVD, all their videos.
Nice.
I had two friends in school. We were the only Depeche Mode lovers.
Okay, I love
that's
it.
good.
Nice.
No,
nice.
we know who they are, and Tyrell gonna listen to some Spotify later today. A couple tracks.
Tyrell can go to the concert.
I ain't going to that.
Hit up that Essentials playlist.
I'll listen to it I'll look it up. I'm gonna listen just because of you, Keisha. I'm gonna look up Depeche Mode. I got it.
Okay, they're
I'll message you.
80s, 90 wave band.
Nice.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Very nice.
Well, Akira, would you say for me and you, it was kind of like Tyrell? Well, I'll say, let me know if you agree with Beyonce.
Yes.
Beyonce, and we too got tickets to the show.
Yes, to the show. Yes.
Yes,
Top row. We be fans.
So wait a minute. How many of us got tickets to Beyonce? Because I got tickets. Y'all got tickets.
Wow.
Yes. Keisha, you better get you some tickets.
We
320. We didn't go too crazy.
There were three
we had
something.
Mortgage payments. We had a budget. We had a budget.
Okay.
Yes, and Janet Jackson.
Oh, I want to see her with Ludacris. I saw her twice, and she's amazing. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I would say be big stands of those two, like stand out in the rain for tickets. On Ticketmaster, ready for the push the keys. So yeah. But I don't think any of us would feel like would go to the extreme like Dre did.
I'm not taking nobody out.
So I want to get everyone's opinion, and I want to go around again to kind of talk about Miss Dominique Fishbag. her portrayal in this role, what do we guys think? And how would you guys summarize Dre? Like, so in terms of Dominique, how she played that role, what did you think of her performance, and kind of where you saw Dre as maybe kind of, what do you think, Kira, why she was the way she was?
Yeah,
or?
like basically in your own words, like a character analysis. What did you think about Dre as a character?
Okay, and then we'll start with Tyrone this time.
All right. Well, I think as far as her character, like first and foremost, like Dominique Fishback, you know, I hadn't heard about her at all previous to this. So, you know, I'm seeing her especially in the intro, and I'm like, okay, she's the awkward Black girl, like I'm digging this or whatever. And she's sort of like, I was watching some interview with one of the creators, and she was talking about like how she wanted her to be like alien towards sex and everything. So I'm like, okay, this is very, like, you know, true to the character. But then as stuff started to switch up, I'm like, yo, this girl is it. Like she got the acting chops, because she's given us a lot of levels here. She's given us a lot of range, you know. But as far as her character Dre, like, there were certain parts in the show where I felt sorry for her. I felt, you know, a little sympathy for her. But then there were also parts of the show where I was scared, you know. A lot of parts of the show where I was scared, and I was just like, she just took me on a ride. Like, I think that she's definitely one of the most like dynamically shown characters on TV, like especially like the year 2023 so far.
Definitely.
What do you think, Tommy?
Oh man, I'm gonna echo everything pretty much what Tyrone said. Dominique, she gave a hell of a performance. Like you said, if I was to meet her, it would be hard for me to look at her and be like, is that really who you are? Like, I mean, that's how good her performance was. You know, it's kind of like Angela Bassett. For a while, I was like,
I love her.
You know? I mean, because some people really embody. But I would say, in terms of like the Dre and Drea, like, I was trying to figure out, because she was so in depth, and it was so much to her tendencies, her flaws, and her attributes, and I was trying to figure out the source of them. And I was like, okay, where's all this coming from? And eventually a lot got revealed, but I was still trying to figure out what's that emotional wound. You know, when you think about that character and they're bringing something from their past, that kind of like informs the reason why they're behaving this way. I was still, even as I finished it, I was still like, why? What happened to her? And it both invoked curiosity about the character that made me more curious about her. But it was a bit frustrating too at the same time for me. I was like, okay, she is so heavy as a character. There's so much there. What caused this? Like, what caused this? Because that one would make me feel better about the world. You know, because I'm like, what set her as a person in motion?
Very nice. Definitely.
Okay, what about you, Keisha?
Dominique is immaculate, flawless, and playing Dre. And like Tyrone said, we didn't know this girl. Who is she?
Yeah,
you know,
I showed in it.
And when the show, you know, watched it, and I started to become very obsessed with her. I'm like, why is she doing this? Okay, what is her drive? Like Tommy said, what sparked this? And there's like little bits and tidbits of it, of where we know she was placed in a foster family. We've seen in where Leon, aka David Ruffin, as I call him, how he was acting aggressive towards Drake. And he had a gun. And he was like, "This is Texas. We shoot people." I'm like, "Yeah."
That was the scene. Wow.
Yeah, that was a really raw, rocking, crazy scene right there. And I'm like, okay, why does the dad does not like her? And of course, the little explanation about her going crazy at the birthday party or the sleepover.
Oh yeah.
So it has to do something with it, with her childhood,
Yeah.
a trauma with her parents or mom or dad, somebody. We don't know what it is that got her like this. At first, I thought she had Asperger's because she kind of acted like she had Asperger's also.
Socially awkward, yeah.
Yeah, very awkward. She didn't even know like how to fold shirts. She had to have somebody. She's codependent on Chloe Bailey's character, and she loved Chloe Bailey's character. What was her name?
Marissa.
Yeah. So she was dependent. She had that love for her. It's like she was seeking love, but then it got taken away because of what happened. And then like for her to have like this obsession with Nija, the way how she spoke to her, like she like knew her, you know, I don't know. It was so much in it that it just blew my mind. And I felt bad for her, but then it was like, I want her to get caught, but then I want her to keep going. I want her to keep going and killing people. I want that. But then it was the way how she was doing it because they had like a post about Naja's music being shit. Or that was like, or the girlfriend later on that I don't like Naja, but I like her sister. And I was like, it's the same way that I like Solange, but I'm not. I like Beyonce music, but she's from Houston though. But we gotta represent. You know what I'm saying? So there it is. But she had so many questions about her background, but then it's like what is that about?
Right.
But I liked it. I liked that she did. She brought so much layers.
Okay, great.
Awesome. Zach, I feel like I'm gonna echo what everybody else like said. The one thing I do like that the series did that was unique was even the creators had stated that it's a series with question marks, and that's okay. Sometimes we always want answers to kind of why a character responds and acts the way they do. And I love that it keeps us guessing. Like we get these little small inklings to why she is the way she is. And a lot of that is expanded upon in that cultish Billie Eilish episode where like she was living or with the grandmother at some point, and then obviously there was an incident that occurred, and maybe that's what spiraled out of control and landed her in child services. So overall, I think it had a lot of question marks. I'm always curious about trauma versus nature versus nurture. I think Dominique Fishback is an excellent actress. Meek and I have followed her for quite some time. Most recently, I saw her in Judas and the Messiah, Black Messiah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was in Power. There's a lot of films. If you haven't been able to see her in anything else, you can just see how versatile and multi-layered as an actress she is. But this role, someone has said a quote where there are roles that make an actor in roles that define one's career, and I think this is going to be one that defines a career. Like I believe it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I'll just say Kira ditto to that. Like I said, Dominique Fishback, when they start doing Emmy nominations, she better have an Emmy nomination for this series.
She better win one. She better win about 5 of them.
Yes, because like I tell you, we binged, and it was like, weren't they on like 30 minutes or so?
Like 30 minutes or so,
we binged them straight through, but she just was so captivating. And I think the same thing about Dre, because I was telling Kira, initially you saw she killed for a reason, you know, big stand, but then sometimes she would just kill to, kill too. So I loved it. It was good for me to see sometimes them focusing on too, like a black serial killer and a black woman serial killer. I thought that was really cool too to see. But I just loved it. So I'm not going to go too much in because you guys are hitting it. So I'll go to Tyrell.
Oh, nice. Well, you guys did great explaining all this. So I'm like, I don't know what else I could bring, but I will say Dominique did amazing. Like, I didn't know anything about her. Very much like Dispatch, whatever that group was. And then yeah, so going into this, I had no idea what this was going to be, but nowadays we have a lot of this. We have a lot of people on the internet saying, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that, I do like this. You know, everyone has something to say. Like Super Mario came out, that movie was great, by the way, and people were talking shit because the actors. And I'm like, okay, well, bitch, go watch the movie. There's an explanation. Anyway, so moving on. There's always something. Somebody always got to say something. There's keyboard warriors and all that good shit. So to actually see that these people out there it's kind of scary because it's like, okay, there could be people like Dre who are going to go out there and be like, oh, they're going to go hurt people. Like, oh, I know where this person works. I'm gonna try to go work there and try to strip, even though the bitch ain't taking off no clothes, and then try to like, you know, get this guy. So yeah, I just think I was really rooting for her. It was really weird. Yeah, she was doing bad things, but I didn't want her to die. I didn't want her to get caught, and I think that goes to how well she performed in this role. Because if you like a character, or you can connect with the character, or you can see why they're like, we didn't know why she was doing it, but there was a drive in her. And it made me believe it. Like, okay, I'm on your side, girl. And, you know, for me, I didn't want her to get caught. So, I don't know. I liked it. She did a great job. I do think she was, like, lonely. Like, you guys made a point about her, Marissa, the girl. When she lost her, what did she do? She had her old phone. She went to great lengths going to her family trying to get that phone turned back on. Because she was texting herself as if she was still there. I feel like I don't know if she killed before her passing, but I think that triggered something because she's so lonely. And then when she lost this girl, when she killed herself or whatever, and that dude, you know, the guy that was kind of coming on to her and she was watching him fuck her 5 minutes into the episode, that one. Yeah, so I get that. And I think she got a thirst for it and said, oh, well, I can get away with this. I can just continue. And she's so lonely. She connected with Nija so much, like she had her back per se. I don't know. I liked it. And the girlfriend thing where she turned trans and all this, and the girl was just like, oh, I don't even like Nija. Like, you could have took me on a trip. I would have felt some type of way too, bitch. If I don't like this person, why are you spending $4,000 on these tickets? Like, and then she burned the body and burned the tickets. You dumb as hell.
Oh, and you guys too. That's okay too, because I just want to let everybody know we will probably.
If you watch my show, I spoil. Sorry. I'm so sorry. It's shipping out for a month. But yeah, sorry, I think I'm talking too much, but that was great. I love Dominique, and I was rooting for her.
Oh yes, no, and that's because, like you said, it's been out. It came out March 17th. So
yes,
I watched it by now.
So we do have a portion, you guys, where we I think we did, right? Mika added a section for kills.
Oh yes.
Oh, okay. Oh cool. We'll get to it then.
Cool. Yes, okay. I'm curious to see what people's thoughts are on that.
Okay, I'm just gonna hit the chat really quick. So we had Charles. He said the Overlook sent me here.
Hey.
Loving the vibes. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, bless. Hashtag bless. I'll take
Lisa laughing. Probably was during the Depeche Mode.
Oh, that's what they name it. See, I already forgot.
Okay. Keisha, you got another fan. Keisha, you got another fan. He said, okay, Depeche Mode. Okay. Okay, you have the Depeche Mode.
Oh, Oksana, how you know Depeche Mode? The fuck? Oh, I gotta talk to her.
Okay.
I'm the only one.
Yeah, Charles said, Tyrell
It's okay, Tyrell. It's okay. But I got a question for y'all.
Oh, I probably know their music then. But that name does not.
Yeah, listen to
that was a choice in that.
I played it for you before. Somebody got some.
Hello, Tyrell.
Somebody coming through.
I played them before.
I don't know.
And on Rock Band, the game.
Oh, on Rock Band. Yeah, I played that. I was probably drunk. But I mean, I probably heard it.
Yo, but I have a question for all of y'all.
Yep.
About Dre whenever she was doing these murders. Did y'all feel that she was sloppy with her shit?
Well, I felt like she didn't care.
She didn't give a fuck. She was just like, y'all coming for Nija, you dying. Like, she was mopping up blood, eating up their food. Girl was hungry and sloppy. Yes, she was.
I felt like initially, even with that first kill, the guy who Marissa dated, I felt like in that scene in of itself, just pure emotion was driving her.
Yeah.
Like, and she kind of, in my mind, attributed him to the reason why her friend was no longer here.
Gone. Yeah.
But even in the midst of that, like no gloves, no nothing, just sloppy, and then go for that pie like that. And I was just like, wow, this is just pure emotion driving her. She's not even thinking about it, in my opinion.
And can I ask y'all one quick question? So, like, about how sloppy she kind of became, or maybe even started. Like, there was like a part of that, of the whole sort of like feel of the show that felt so surreal. Like, I was looking at it and I was like, it had that Atlanta sort of like vibe.
The TV series,
Where I was like, I know Donald Glover was a part of because I was like, in what universe would she not get caught?
Yeah.
She was using credit cards. Can I say this the spoiler part?
Oh yeah,
I already spoiled. You gotta keep going. My
spoilers here.
But she was like using credit cards. She would fingerprints.
Oh,
everywhere. People saw her. She didn't take any. You know what I mean?
She wasn't hiding.
She wasn't hiding. But which led to the surrealism for me though, Terrell, because I'm like, in what reality, other than the one that's kind of off a little bit, like it's reality, but something about it is Twin Peaks.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, like even the people were all kind of crooked a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they seem real, because you know those little moments in Atlanta where I believe Paperboy would be like,
Paperboy,
he'd be like, something off.
Yeah,
and he would just say that kind of like randomly. I felt the same way when I was watching this, and Tyrone was shaking this because something about it felt, you know what I'm saying, Tyrone? Something about it, I was watching it and I was like, this is a creation of Donald right here, or his wife.
You can see it,
This is not the real world. Like this, something about this world is the physics of this world is such that she is avoiding, as a black serial killer, she is avoiding being caught in something. And I'm gonna stop talking.
No, keep going, because I had the same thoughts. I'm like, she ain't got shot.
Yeah, she ain't nothing.
She got shot.
I think she's just going everywhere. I'm like, and of course, like represent, because it started off in Houston, Texas, H-Town. You know what I'm saying? So that, what you say is how surreal this is. This universe of what Donald Glover created kind of feels like Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's like exactly, and something that she said, going on with Schrodinger's cat, was like when I believe Paris Jackson, when she was like the stripper.
I didn't even know that was her talking about she black.
Yeah,
I was like, girl, you white.
Hey, look, and I was about
to,
because remember that part where she was like, "Oh, my dad is half."
Yeah, she did. She did.
I got mad real quick.
She said, "My daddy's half black."
I got mad, so that's that stand in me, because I'm like, what
Michael
you mean?
Jackson.
But even at one part though, when she looked at her, and remember she told Dre as she was talking to her when they were at that little diner.
Yep.
And she told Dre, she was like, manifest that shit. It was just in casual conversation. She was just like, oh, just manifest, because Dre was like, well, I'm only doing this for a moment. I'm doing something else. And then Paris, I forget Paris Jackson's character, but Paris is like, manifest that shit.
She only lasted an episode.
Yeah.
That bitch got buried too.
But when she said manifest that shit, when she said manifest that, to me that fit within like the surrealism, because I felt like there were too many convenient coincidences that were getting Dre out of a bad situation, or putting her in the right place at the right time. And I felt like, I said,
she had luck.
I said, is this her projecting or like creating these outs for her to not get caught? You know what I'm saying? And so I started thinking about it not so much as like this is like a reality that we can relate to. I started thinking about it in terms of like Twilight Zone, Twin Peaks. This is our reality. This is a little different. Even if it's a slither. The people are different. The physics are different. She is getting, like, white people were like, some of the white folks that she came in contact with were like, is that person being racist to you?
Oh, is that like, what's that guy name at the gym, right? The gym.
The guy at the gym, yeah.
And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, I'm gonna get some Twin Peaks feel right here. This ain't real like how we think about it. I get that. I'm with that. Because really, in what other reality can this black woman go from state to state and just be on a killing spree.
Now I'm curious, Tony, because you guys, you know where I'm thinking now, because now I'm going to be paraphrasing this, and that black cop who on her tail a little bit.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you guys remember when she said, "I'm paraphrasing"?
Loretta Green.
There we
the
go.
cop. She was basically saying like this is going under the radar primarily because she is like black, like I'm like no one's paying attention to these murders, and she's the one that's linking it and giving it attention. So it's almost like it would take Loretta most likely to bring her down, because we're just watching her do all of this like with no.
Because she's like, it has to be a black person doing this. Because she was the only one that pieced that together.
Yeah.
But I felt like in that particular episode, though, Kira, I felt like that was the one episode, episode 6.
Yes, episode 6.
Right before the finale in Atlanta.
Everything about that episode felt real.
Oh yeah,
I know. I googled.
It felt real.
I sure did.
I felt like,
is this real? The fuck?
I feel like
I was like,
yeah, that was a Google. I did that too.
You did? I know you did. They merged. It was like the stuff that happened with, with Beyonce, because there really are Beyonce fans. A lot of instances they did play out in this show. And then there actually were murders that were happening like this. So they merged them too. So it's like realistic, but they made it fictional.
But to me, though, Terrell, like that was the only episode that I was like, this is the one that doesn't seem Twin Peaks to me. And because of that, this detective was getting close to figuring out.
She was.
And then we go back to 7, back into Twilight Zone.
She a man. She changed it up.
Yeah. Well, I kind of thought that's one thing I did love about this show, because it did go back and forth between, is this hallucination or is it not? So I definitely kind of get what you were saying, because even some elements in the show where she, bit. She was riding the fruit, but it was like, so it kind of played with that. And I'm going to ask you guys too about that ending. That's going to be how I end this stream with that.
Okay.
What we thought about that. But yeah, I definitely saw that, Tommy. It was really like what's real, what's not.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Oh, guys, great insight. Okay, so we guys briefly talked about it on some of my discussion, but I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on the food's role in the show, because just a couple of scenes that I'm thinking of. We said the pie, when she was at the party with the strippers and the guy was like masturbating by her and she eating.
She just eat. Oh yeah, that little white boy from college. They're walking around with the little dicks around, and he was just like, "Oh, I'll pay you." What did he give her? $1,000 to jack off? Yeah, I forgot about that. He really jacked off too, and they blurred it out. Yes, and he came way too quick for that. She eating some Cheetos and cream cheese. Oh my god, I forgot about that little dick coming.
Yeah, that was. I was picking out.
That's the best part, girl. You already said it. There we go. That was it. The best food. Yes, I forgot.
Yeah,
she was so unbothered. I wish I could get that much money for someone to jack up on me, girl. Give me $1,000. Like, I'm down. Yes, y'all would do it too.
Oh, I got to snack on my food.
Yes.
I was like, that ain't nothing new. But the one food that like I did not touch for a while is strawberries.
Oh, you were saying that, yeah.
Yeah, the strawberries and stuff, and the guy that she had, it was that was Macaulay Culkin's brother.
Oh, yeah, Roy Culkin. Yeah.
Like Marissa, offed herself. And she, went back to his apartment, and he was like, "You want some strawberries?" And the strawberries were hard and crunchy. I said, "Damn, strawberries hard and crunchy, motherfuckers are not good. They're not right." And her lip was pressed against like the strawberries there. And she looked at it like that. She's like, "Oh my god, it's strange." And I'm like, "Yes, that is strange." So after that, I haven't ate strawberries in a while. I mean, I like strawberry cream pie, and I went to my favorite.
Oh, that sounds good.
And I seen them strawberries, and I got about to think about the strawberries and the dick.
You're like, nope.
Yep.
And I said, well, I just want this other piece of pie right here. I'm still on the strawberries. I mean, they did my two favorite things, but together like that, I was just like, that's just a weird ass combination.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was really crazy, because even to like the one guy she killed off of Twitter where she was mopping the blood, she stole his junk food, and then the guy
she did,
she met,
potato chips.
Yeah, to steal his badge, the food, both of them together with the food. So I was kind of taking it as, because sometimes when you have a lot of trauma and
Yeah.
especially in the work I do. Like some people use food as a coping mechanism. So I was kind of thinking maybe the food played some kind of role.
Oh, it
in
did,
that,
because
you know what I
they
mean?
definitely showcased
It's
that.
comfort for her. It's comfort.
Yeah, I just thought it was so odd. This food
Oh
everywhere.
yeah, they did say. I remember the Janine Neighbors. She had said there was like this play on if like a lot of serial killers had this weird fascination with food.
Okay.
And so there's a link sometimes between serial killers. Because what did she say? Jeffrey Dahmer worked at a chocolate factory, and they believe that he disposed of some of his victims, allegedly, maybe in the chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so like there's a
Ew.
link with serial killers and food consumption, and so maybe that's just throwing it in there. But I do agree with the coping thing too. Almost like she enjoys the food, obviously eating, but that is a comfort to some people, and so maybe that was her go-to.
Yeah.
See, but you know what though? But like, I was getting so I so enjoyed this show, but at the same time, I was like scratching my head because like Paris's boyfriend.
They just argued.
Okay, so she did what she did to him, but she didn't eat.
Oh, that's true.
And so at least I don't remember her eating. You guys remember?
I don't know. I don't
know.
She could have ate later in the car. She sure had snacks in there.
She could have, but I'm looking for like, even though I still feel like this is kind of like, and it's cool because I'm glad you started off with, because I didn't know that they're like, it's okay that some things are left unanswered. But when you know what I'm saying, like, because we all fans of horror, we all know rules dominate horror. All of our icons operate within certain rules. Freddy's Dreamland, Jason, we know he's coming back, but he can't be. Everybody has a rule. There's like a universal rules. I was looking for the rules.
Yeah, there's none.
And there were none. Because I was like, well, is she killing people? Because because at first I was like, well, is she only going after as a bee, as a killer bee?
Yeah, I think Tommy, I think I know where you're going
after
with
people who say something disrespectful, but I'm like, but Paris's boyfriend.
Well, I think that was like her new friend or something. So she's trying to.
Tyrell, I was telling Mika, this is my theory.
Kills.
Yes. This is my theory, you guys, about the Paris killing. Okay, then hear me out. People can disagree. So initially, I was trying to find motive and rationale for why she killed, and there was direct links to me with people who went against Nyjah, even though it wasn't rational in her mind. It was. I think she was very much annoyed by Paris Jackson's character, and I think what made her kill the boyfriend is when she showed up in her hotel room, and it's implied that we can be roomies, or she was going to stay there. I think that she killed the boyfriend not because he was abusive, but because he needs to get out the way so she can get out of my.
So she can go back home. Because she did bring snacks though.
Right, Tyrell?
Yeah, and I agree with that. And I was gonna say that earlier, so that's good. We're on the same page. Yeah. But no, she was annoyed by that bitch. I'll be annoyed too. You got your own little plays, and then she's like, "Oh, we're gonna hang out today because my boyfriend did X, Y, and Z." I'm like, "Oh, shouldn't we go kill this man so you go back home?" So that's what she did.
Yes,
and it, yeah.
But then why did you expect the Paris Jackson character to come there? And I think at first she would have been safe if she did, because it was like she didn't care that she killed him. But then when she saw, oh no, she's still not going to go anywhere. She talked about the black Velma and Louise.
Yeah.
She was done. I think that's why she killed.
I would have shot her too.
Yeah.
It was a surprise though. Like everything that happened in this show, I feel like was surprising. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I didn't understand that, because I was saying, I thought initially, like you said too, Tommy, okay, she killing for a purpose for Nyjah, but then some of those kills were just kind of random. But I get what you saying, Kira. There's a justification for it, but it was just kind of all over, like just killing, maybe to kill too.
Let me think about what do you guys think about the Billie Eilish character?
That cult.
That being killed.
That was scary.
Right?
She doing that little snappy thing. Yeah. Trying to get her to say her real name and shit. I didn't like that. That shit was creepy. Yep. Yeah. She was hanging in there. She wasn't letting her get into her, but
it was. I feel you on that too. But when I watched that one moment though, when like you said, when she was snapping her fingers and things like that, I said this is really interesting because one could argue that like the hive that she was a part of was sort of cult-like.
The Swarm.
Yeah.
Right? Like the Swarm, like that one guy who was giving his commentary about what the Killer Bees would do for their audience when they were talking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's the difference between those two? And I felt like in that one moment you had these two sort of like, I won't say cults, but you had like these two kind of like, will the Killer Bee leave the hive and go join another situation like the group? Would the Killer Bee be willing to do that? And I guess we got our answer, but it's like it was just interesting watching that, because I was like, yeah, this is just basically just two cults just clashing right now. And the Killer Bee, it was just two cults, and the Killer Bee just so happened in this case to be stronger than that cult. But yeah, it was just, that's how I saw it. Yeah.
Billie Eilish did her thing though. I didn't know she could act. She creeped me out. I know she emo, but that bitch is scary. And yeah, I mean, that was a good episode. I think it was episode 3, I think, and that was a solid, or 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think that one and the strippers were like.
Oh, the strippers were my favorite. The big one, yes, I love those are my favorites, 1000%. Like they made the show for me. I was like, oh my god, bring them back. But they were great.
Yeah, no, go ahead, girl. No, go ahead.
Oh no, I said with the strippers. Oh my god, they had me in stitches that whole episode. But, do you guys remember she was basically stripping there, it seems, and tell me if I'm wrong, under the guise of trying to connect with that guy who
the big guy that talks shit on Twitter.
And I was rolling in the clip where they're all in the living room at his house, and she goes in and says like, "Oh, you said she could die," and then I'm like, "Oh gosh,
she called it out."
Yeah, he wasn't taking it seriously. And then the biggest strip, I forget their name.
My favorite.
She's like this, a girl, like bring it on, like let's go. You know what I mean? It was like kind of like they were all taken aback by how intense this one artist. Like they could clearly see was dictating, just like even her thinking. The scene in the car where she spoke that Niger quote to them. Yeah, it was interesting for sure.
But see, that's what I was talking about though, because like all of these things in this version of reality were just too coincidental. Of all the people that could have pulled over to help them when that car.
I know it was him. Because she was working every night trying to strip to find him, and she couldn't find him.
And all of a sudden he shows up, right? Or when she got on the elevator, and old boy from the that was the staff. When she got into the workout facility, and this random guy comes and gives her access. So that's what I was saying. Like, if I felt like I don't know, man. I kind of felt like she meant. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Luck was on her side. She manifested it.
In this world, manifested. But was she like making things happen? That
probably. She's so lonely in her thoughts. She probably did. And the way she texting herself, that bitch crazy.
Yeah, determined people. She was. People who are determined. That's I think that's the takeaway too. People who are determined can do scary things.
And then the family, Marissa family, they even weren't fucking with her. When episode 5, when she went to try to get that phone turned on, like, why the fuck you want this phone? Like, he got put out a shotgun or something. They shot her at her ass. That was crazy.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, even the family.
The fact that the mother just sat there unbothered.
She did. Yep. It was the dad that was
Yep. She sat there with a gun pointed at her and was like, I'm not at all concerned about
that was even more disturbing than him with the gun. Because it was kind of like
sitting there, like whatever.
So I don't know. It's just like I said, to that extent, that's why I said every episode except the detective episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every episode except the detective episode, everybody else that seemed off.
Yeah,
like just as off as the universe was that she was in. And I hate using the word universe, but like in this version of reality, everybody was just a little different. You know what I'm saying? Except for the 6th episode when the detective came along.
And I think that was purposeful too, just because she was kind of off, and I think it was purposeful, which I really kind of loved because it kept you guessing. You know. Yeah. Oh, you guys, I'm just gonna go to the chat because we've got some people. So okay.
Let's see who's there.
So Chase said, I can't wait for the show.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
Oh yeah, we have to.
Yep, and then people saying hi to Chase. Then C says, I'm here late. YouTube is playing in my face with these notifications. That's okay. That's okay. Chase said not horror related, but she's one of the leads in the new
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
she is. Yep.
I have to love them movies. But
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, me too, Tyrell.
Yeah.
C says seeing her character go from this timid chick to batshit was truly riveting to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tyrone, you described it as a part scary. She scared you. She frightened me. Yeah. Just even her facial expression.
Yeah. C said the only sloppy kill for me was the cult one.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
the
Keisha.
guy that she got the pass from when she was crawling into the
at
guy's
episode
window,
7.
and he had that pet skunk. I was like, first of all, ain't nobody gonna have no damn pet skunk like that because we hit them in the road and everything, and they nasty. And it's like, oh, they're cute. I'm like, yeah, from far away. And that's where she had like that food orgy craze.
Yes.
It was like an old 80s movie or 90s comedy movie where it was like two people like just feeding each other.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I was like, oh my God, this is so funny. But the guy had he lost a lot of weight because he said, yeah, my girlfriend at the time was overweight, she was unhealthy, and she died. He was like, that snapped me to get really healthy. And he was like eating more like broccoli and carrots and kale and stuff. And I was just like, I'm hungry too. Like, where's And so when they did their little smorgasbord, like smashy clapping them cheese with them powdered donuts and them Doritos and stuff. And the next day he was throwing up because he had an adverse reaction to that. So when they got to the concert and the after party, she locked him in the freezer where the cake was at.
Oh, the cake.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm wondering about him because I'm like, I know he cold.
Yeah.
And he gonna get that damn cake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that was another look too of that addiction because it was like everybody battling the addiction. So Niger had Dre has the addiction to Niger, then the food, and then like him dealing with an addiction with food. It was like all kind of on top of each other.
Yeah.
And when she seen Niger at that party,
that was crazy.
biting into and I was like, okay, she's sitting there talking to me. I was like, okay, she's having this in her head.
Yeah,
and come to find out that she went to Niger and she bit her.
Oh yeah,
wasn't that a real incident too with Beyonce?
Oh, it
was.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, because that's again that realism and not because at first when she bit, I thought she was really biting the fruit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So
but how would she not get caught though?
Yeah. I was waiting, Tommy, too, for it to be like next episode, her face and everything plastered on the social media.
Yeah, like
kind of left like, who bit Niger?
Remember Keisha? I mean, she had to go through like 50 people to get up out of there. So how did she not? So again,
that happened to Beyonce. No one really found out who did that.
Yeah, nobody got pictures on that.
Knew. There was a joke about that it was Tiffany Haddish, but Google it. But but no one found that out either. So she took a chunk out of her shoulder. Nobody knew. So it's the same thing. So I didn't think about it too much.
It was Sanaa Lathan, by the way.
It was her?
Yeah. It was Sanaa Lathan.
I don't know why they would go bite her. That's crazy.
Wait, really?
But yeah, it happened.
Oh, wow.
She wanted some brown sugar. That's what that was.
She was being a little too comfortable with Jay-Z. You know, and Beyonce saw, so she went over there to go and tell her, and then she ended up, biting her, and she was like, "Oh, I gave her a love bite," and that's why Tiffany Haddish was about to, jump on her or whatever.
That's what it was.
Wow.
I ain't never heard about that kind of love bite, but okay.
Wow.
Jeez.
See, look at that. But that showed you too, with some stands though, you can see a lot of incidents which occur. Some fans have gotten really close, even with security and everything. And that's why going back to the cult, I liked having Billie Eilish on it. I thought that was kind of ironic because she's dealt with a lot of toxic fans too, and taking it to another level.
Yeah.
I thought she only killed Billie Eilish character too because she was in her way from getting to.
She was
the concert. Wouldn't move, wouldn't let her go. So I feel like that's her downfall.
Yeah, I can see that.
Billie Eilish at first, and
I
she
know,
has
right,
like, a
Keisha?
very nice voice, and it's very calm and soothing.
Very
And
soothing.
you know, I'm like, because I'm so used to Billie Eilish looking like She Go off of Kim Possible, and she kind of reminds me of Gloria with her eyes. She got some pretty eyes, but they just like turned down for what, like Gloria off the Muppets, you know, with Animal and all them. But then I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even recognize that was Billie
Yeah,
Eilish.
Billie
But that
Eilish.
was her
She good.
first performance. That was her
She
debut
good.
acting.
She
And
did great.
She did great, and she scared the fuck out of me. And I'm
Oh,
like,
Yeah, she's
I
creepy
didn't
as
want
fuck.
Billie
Very
Eilish to be
creepy.
talking to me either. You know, I'm like, now I'm scared. I'm not DJ. I'm scared to play her shit.
Yeah, I want to see her in more horror now. I would like to see her in more
Yes.
horror because
Yes.
she really did good. I enjoyed it.
Has that voice.
I'm glad y'all said something. Because
Oh,
I didn't know who that
Logan.
was.
Oh,
You didn't know who that was?
I didn't know who it was till y'all said
Are you
something.
serious?
I'm telling you that I didn't even recognize it. And I was like, oh, that's Billie Eilish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. See, they having a Depeche Mode incident.
Yeah, they're having a Depeche. They're that Depeche, whatever. Mhm. Very that.
Okay, let's go to this. Okay, so Jaleesa said, I was wondering when Tommy the lawyer would show up.
Oh,
for
of
the
course.
show.
I know he was having me, girl. I was zoning out. What are you talking about?
Analyze. Love it. What you mean tagline should be legally that's impossible.
Yeah.
LOL.
Period.
That's all right. No, Tommy.
Period.
But you know what though? And you know what? Now watch this. I was like, you know what? I'm about to go in for this ride.
No, you do it.
After the first episode, even watching like the way it was shot, I was like, oh, this is straight up Atlanta. Like I'm getting like that Atlanta vibe from it.
Yeah, I should have dialogue with it.
It was a ride, man. It was a ride, and I love just suspending like all of this and just going in with the emotion. But yeah, but along the way, I was like, okay, what are my parameters in this world?
Where'd she get the cars, man? Like when she pulled up with the Mustang, I'm like, what's
Ooh, but see,
like,
Tommy, question marks. We don't know.
Stealing them. Probably
you
just
know?
stealing them.
Oh, wait, when she was eating that cupcake in that coffee shop, I'm like, the cops ain't rushing looking at the surrounding area.
She was
no
chilling.
Yeah. Papers, no kind of insurance, nothing like that. And I was like, this motherfucker should be getting damn tickets and everything and going to jail, stealing all these damn cars, ain't got nobody insurance, nothing like that.
And she wasn't stealing buckets.
Wait, can I ask you guys a question?
Your fingerprints are all over the car.
Like, can I ask you guys a question? Because I'm curious to see people's take on this. For Rashida, the girlfriend at the end, you know, she met the parents and everything.
I liked her.
With Rashida's character for a few years.
It seemed like it.
It seemed
When
like
she was
3
dating,
years.
she was bringing her flowers or trying to.
Yeah, I was taken aback by that because I said like, it seemed like she was able to be with this person in a relationship for a good length of time. And so
I liked her.
There was going to be stable, if you will. So that death really took me.
Yeah, that's the death that for me that took me. I was like, oh, I felt bad. I was kind of sad.
But that
about that one.
Because in the beginning she was like, I hate Naja.
Yes,
you know? Like why would you? Why are you in a relationship with her?
She started dating her.
Say that, Tyrone, you hit the nail right. That's because when she ended up doing what she eventually did to her, the girlfriend was like, you know how much I don't like her. As though it implied that she had been having a long conversation with her for however long they had been together. Like, I ain't feeling this one. So what kept
But that just goes back to that connection that she had with her. This girl showed interest, and then, you know, because that's what the whole thing she's been looking for is that extra person. So that's why she connected with her. So it's no, oh, well, she doesn't like Naija, but they did connect, and she liked her. She saw it. She took a liking to her. So she, you know, imprinted on her, if that makes sense. So I don't think that's a bad thing. I just you know, because I've dated people who don't like horror movies, and that's my bread and butter. It's the same thing.
Yeah, look at that. That's a good example.
right there.
I knew she was like I knew she was going to get taken out though, the way she was talking though, because she was going in harsh.
Real hard.
She was mashing it. And that's why I'm like, I can see, you know, you got differences. You're in a relationship with somebody. They may not be feeling everything that you feeling, but she was adamant about it. Like, oh,
because she spent $4,000 to buy this bitch tickets to something that she don't like.
Yeah.
That's why.
That
Because
was
if she
crazy.
could like who she likes, but she spent like she said, we could have went on a trip somewhere.
That's
We don't
true.
do
That's-
anything. But you
yeah.
put money into Nija. Why didn't you put that money into something else so we can go do something like
Yeah, and she wasn't
together
working.
as
Yeah,
a
she wasn't
couple?
working. Yeah, she wasn't working.
Period.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a lot. It was a lot. So I got where she was coming from.
And that was the second time she had done that, because she had done that with her sister too. In the beginning, she bought those.
I forgot. Yep. That's true. Yep.
I got a question for all of y'all, since we are talking about the girlfriend that she murked and stuff because she got jumped on the ass about it. do you feel like at that episode that Dre came to a point of feeling somewhat a normalcy with her? Because she felt like that connection, like she did with Marissa, as her sister, even though that's not her blood sister, that she felt like that love and that connection, like she did with Marissa.
Oh, yeah, I think so too. And you guys, think about that element too. Even her family was so welcoming.
Yeah, they were. That's just I like that whole vibe.
I talk about interaction. It was almost like she was getting two things, in my opinion. She was getting someone who seemed to genuinely like her for who she was, maybe the true version of herself as Tony, and loved her. And then a family, which is the opposite maybe from her initial experience with Marissa's family, that was very much open and accepting of her too, which made the end result that much dire for me. I was like, this was the first kill in this series where I felt really heartbroken about.
Yeah, this is the only one I think for me.
Yeah, that was the only one for me too, because that was kind of whoa. Yeah,
yeah. I think it was the way she. I think it was the way she did it.
Yeah,
it was like when you do something like that with your bare
hands. Yeah,
and then to like hear the life.
Yeah, that was
away from her.
That was a rough scene.
That's as a horror fan, I was like, oh,
yeah,
I might have to like skip through this part.
And even her facial, Keisha, do you remember even the facial expression in that scene when she's not even looking at her, she's like strangling her, almost looking off to the side. It was just like
tears coming down.
She couldn't just,
she hated to do that. And when she knew that she hated Naja and everything else, and I think what when she turned into Tony, that was like, all right then, this is cool. I know she don't like Naja, but I'm going to accept it because she genuinely, like you said, accepted me. But when she went off, and I was like, "Ooh, she sounded like my cousin." Then she kind of sounded like she would be a cousin, off like that. And her turn away is like, this is killing me, but I'm killing her. And you see how that part was starting to come out in her, and she was fighting both like emotions of her.
Yeah,
she really was. But then it was so damn cold blooded that she set the motherfucker on fire.
Yeah, on fire. That was crazy too. Yeah,
setting
her on fire. Yeah.
Now, do you guys think that's her being now for the first time clever in how she's how we said when she was kind of messy and sloppy throughout her other kills? I almost felt like she was truly now like disposing of what she's done. I mean, it could be symbolic in different ways, but like she actually, we assume you kill this person, you had to get the person out of the apartment into a car, drive them to an isolated location, and
that was brutal.
Yeah, that one was
because especially after them showing her meeting the parents, so then now you have the parents to think about on top of everything. Usually you kill people, you don't get to see all that shit. Like, okay, bye, but you got to see her parents, and they were so kind and so welcoming to Miss Dre or whatever Tony, whatever the fuck the name she gave.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah, they're not gonna know what happened to her.
And they were so nice. Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you wild because you pulling up to the parents' house in a stolen car. Like, what if the cops pull up right now? Like,
no,
what you gonna say?
I feel you on that, though, Keisha. I think that she was like really upset for killing this. But at the same time, I think a part of me was like, like Kira, when you said that she kind of looked away as she was killing her.
She did.
But was she upset because she was killing her girlfriend, or was she upset because her girlfriend had disrespected Nija?
Both.
I think both.
I think both.
Yeah, because I think she really did love her, but I think it was like the two blending together. Like,
but Nigel is number one for her. So,
and see, I agree with Keisha. It was like you guys, even when she was arguing, like going in reasonably, like pointing out you spent this much money and everything. I even said to the screen, "Oh, why are you going so hard?
Oh,
like, don't be so aggressive with it." Like I felt like that's what ticked her off too. I don't even know how long she was speaking, but by the end of her speech, I was like, "Damn." She went into
she was frustrated because I guess she was probably picking up most of the bills.
She was.
So there's a lot of
that's
that.
the reason why she went hard like that is because she has that pattern of where she, what she did with Marissa, borrow money from the parents. And you notice that Marissa's parents are very well off. Parents are very well off. So you got to think about, she's a sociopath. She has a target.
And I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna throw a theory out there for y'all. I think she killed Marissa.
I do too. I was telling
why y'all think that? I don't think she killed that girl. Y'all crazy.
I want to go around with this.
No, you don't. She didn't. Why? No, let him explain.
No, do we need a vote? Do we need a vote?
Y'all can vote all you want, but don't make it right. Look, let me tell you. No, I want to hear him.
In the beginning, they showed us her wounds, from a previous, experience or whatever. I'm like, that's kind of weird that they zooming in on that, for us or whatever. And then later on it happened, and she was getting all these messages, from her, and I'm like, that's a little strange or whatever. So a little time goes on, and then she goes back to the place. And she finds Marissa, and off the bat, I thought she killed her. But then, she starts crying and everything, and you start to see the as time goes on, and they start to pack things up, and you see she's really torn up about it. But what had me what really sold me on it was when her when the cell phone was still there, plugged up the whole time. I'm like, and then throughout the whole show, she texting herself, and I'm like, yo, it was you. It was Agatha.
Well, where did you think that was her from her texting herself? I don't think that she killed. I think she killed herself. I don't know. I think she did. And there's a real story when Lemonade dropped in 2016. There was a girl named Marissa who killed herself because she just came with a breakup from her boyfriend, and Lemonade was cheated on by Jay-Z, and they're both cheated on. So she was so into Beyonce, she killed herself. So I thought they were mimicking that in the show, and I didn't look anywhere into that or see that she would have killed her number one, her sister per se.
She was seeing Marissa throughout the whole show, and I get it, she lost her sister and everything, but it was just too on the nose for me, especially during the endings. I know we're going to talk about the ending or whatever, but just it was certain things that was this is all in the after effects of the Marissa incident. And then as what Tommy said, is this real? Because at a certain point I was like, is any of this real? Maybe she just killed Marissa, and then we're getting dream sequences up until the end, because a lot of it is up for interpretation. I feel like the type of show.
Tyrone, I felt the same that me and Kira was arguing, because she was like, Tyrell, it was suicide. But I said I think so too, because I was thinking she said she was leaving. She was going with a boyfriend. She's so attached to her that she might have disassociated and kind of snapped, and then kind of stayed disassociated and not really coming to terms with her murdering her. Because I was looking at even all the blood on the pillow. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
I was I don't know if that would be from a arm wound. You know what I mean?
Why would she kill her? Because she found out that the guy was cheating. That's why she was trying to reach out to her. Why would she kill her? And why would she kill the boyfriend too? I don't know.
Because
I don't get where you guys are going with this.
I'm Team Tyrell, because I think that's all foreshadowing. I think that when you show the image of the scar on Marissa's hands, that's an indication that she had a suicide attempt, to me, in the past.
Because they showcased that. And why would they show that to the viewer?
Yes. And she had inclinated that she always had issues picking the wrong men. Yep. And I think that when she actually left that night, that was an indicator to Dre that she's at risk at leaving. And so she actually just kind of went out, kind of dissociated. And I think that when she got those messages,
Mhm.
like that was really Marissa at a loss. Like she doesn't
Yep.
have the one person potentially
But
who
then
was
she wasn't
always been there for,
responding,
wasn't
so she-
responding.
And then after the last
Right,
interaction,
Tyrone.
she left Dre in tears. Dre was
Yes.
like pleading for her not to go. So she
Yes.
thought Marissa, in her mind, since this bitch isn't answering her, oh, she probably really cut me off. This is it. And I'm alone now. This
Exactly,
guy's cheating on me.
exactly.
I was
I don't
supposed
think
to
she ever
drop
drove-
my
drove
life to
off.
go be with this person, and he's cheating on my ass. So she's
Yeah.
like alone. She's tried to kill herself before, and it just happened. That's what
Yeah, I
I
don't
think.
think she ever drove off.
I think she metaphorically drove off.
Well, girl,
that was a
No.
metaphor.
Okay, let me
No,
ask
she
you. Okay,
doesn't
no.
know.
Let me ask you. Okay, let me ask you that, Terrell. Let me ask you this though. Before, okay, so when she and her sister were having like that big argument,
Mm-hmm.
I see like the direct connection between the argument she was having with Marissa and the argument she had with her girlfriend later on. Because didn't her sister, if I'm not mistaken, didn't her
Mhm.
sister kind of downplay the whole Niger thing?
Yes.
So she told her sister, "I got us tickets,"
Yeah,
and her
she did.
sister was basically like, "Look, I'm going to Atlanta with him, and you spending all this money."
Yeah.
All the things that seem to basically drive her over the edge in regards to her girlfriend later on, I think she killed because when I, and this is kind of, we'll get into that, I'm sure, but I don't think that she started killing with Marissa. I think she has been killing for a long time.
Mm.
I
She
think
probably
that's
did
interesting.
because remember when she did have that phone with the swarm? I think that's where it triggers that stuff. But since she was with that girl living with her, she probably wasn't doing it as much. That's why when she got that phone out, she said, "Oh, you're going back to it." But she only went back to it when she noticed she was leaving. Like she was with that guy a lot. She
Oh,
saw them
yeah.
fucking, and she was being attached to him. So that's when she got that phone and was back on that app. Remember?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think the disconnect from her partner or the person that she's imprinted on, in a way, it brings her back to that new person to imprint, which is Nija, which is always Nija. It always goes back to Nija. But I'm gonna agree to disagree with y'all. I do think she killed herself.
What were you
And
gonna say,
we
Keisha?
can move on to the next question.
I was gonna say something. I think she did kill her because, like,
So
It's okay. Four versus Kira and me. 4 versus 2. That's fine.
Okay, we're gonna go with the ballistics and stuff. Why was there blood on the pillow? It looked like a head trauma. Okay, so
Yes.
with
I'm gonna
her
rewatch
dreams,
it. That
everything
episode.
else, that she went out and she got her dude, he clapped her cheeks and everything else, and she came back and she's all distraught about it. And then of course they zoomed in on the wrist where she was she's very suicidal. And then the fight that they had, time I'm gonna go to Atlanta, but also if you think about it, it's kind of like a full circle because she went to Atlanta as Tony.
Yes.
Okay, she went to Atlanta and she was staying in Atlanta and Tony. From that, what we seen with her and Marissa's argument and everything, she killed Marissa, put on some motherfucking clothes, said, "Hey, I'm gonna get my fuck me on boots, fuck me girl, fuck me hard and everything." She found a flower dude and everything, flower color dude. They smashed and everything, and then she gonna play off like, "Oh, okay, oh my God, Marissa's dead." That's the reason why they didn't want her ass. That's the reason why they did not want her ass.
I
at the
agree to
funeral,
It was a
because
setup.
they
But yeah,
knew
those are all good
did it.
points.
Okay.
All good
did it.
points.
So
I'm
y'all-
Team Kira.
Four to
Four
two.
to two.
Yes, period.
Okay, so
Moving
four to-
on.
4 to 2. Okay, you guys. So let me just catch up to this chat. So C says, "I think the food was her version of taking trophies from her kills."
Ooh.
Okay. Oh, I like that. Mama Duke said, "Hi, enjoying."
Hey.
Yes, hi.
C said the stripper story is actually real too.
Oh yeah.
It is.
okay.
It
Yep.
is.
Chase said the stripper episode was my fave. Yeah.
They were funny.
When Chase said when she told them to be cool when the car was pulling up and they started to pose, laughing my ass off. Yeah.
That was great.
Oh, Gary, he said haven't checked this one out yet, but wanted to pop in and say hi to everyone. Have a great.
Oh hey.
Oh, thanks, Gary. Michael, I don't like how quickly she decides to kill without warning. Stay away from me, girl.
Yeah, she crazy.
Yeah, unpredictable.
Yes.
Billy for American Horror Stories. Yeah, I want to see how
She
some
can
more
save
horror.
it. She can save it.
Yeah, she was really good. I like.
Yeah, that'd
her.
be good, I think.
Yeah,
I haven't watched a full season of that shit
I
either,
know. It's Coven.
Yeah.
Hey,
Since
twins,
Coven,
cool
yep.
piano. Yeah, I know. He hit a miss, Ryan Murphy.
Mhm.
Hey, twins, cool piano. Good to see you all. Thanks. Dell said,
Oh,
"What's up?"
Dell.
Hey, Bill.
Michael said, "I think some high tension shit happened. She killed her." LOL.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
Dell said I saw half the episodes with the fam, but they watched the rest without me. I have to finish it. Okay.
Yeah, you got to finish that, Dell.
Oh, definitely.
It's worth
Yep. And Jalisa said her first kill was probably a relative. It started when she was a kid. Yeah, they did allude to that when she was with the grandmother and the spilled milk. Yeah. And then Dell said I saw half the episodes with the family. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's the same thing. Yeah.
Okay, you guys. I think so. We did kind of go over the kills. We talked a little bit too about the guest appearances. It seems like everyone kind of enjoyed all the different guest appearances. Like we said, we had Paris, we had Billy. I loved Ricky Thompson in there too. That whole store scene.
Oh, the phone scene, guy. Yeah.
AKA David Ruffin.
Yes.
Yeah, they had a great cast.
They come to see me.
Yeah,
they had a great cast.
Yep.
So I think we can go into. You guys wanted to go over that ending.
All right.
The ending.
We can touch the ending.
So let's touch on just kind of the ending and to kind of explain it, because to me we see, and I think this was again a true.
We'll go around, Mika. We'll go from you to Tyrell down around.
Yes, I'll start. So for me, I think that was a real incident that happened with Beyonce too, right, Tyrell?
Yeah,
a fan coming on stage, right, and being tackled, and later being arrested. So at first I thought when Tony Dre got on stage, right? I thought she did get tackled and was getting arrested, and then I saw the morphing of the faces. So like Nyjah became like Marissa. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I took the ending as she was getting arrested, not that she was in the car with Nyjah. And I kind of went off the episode before that when the cop, if you guys remember, said, "Oh, you got her." I was thinking like they had her. So I took it as it was just a dream sequence, and she was actually being put in the back of a police car.
Yep.
So that's what I'm gonna go with. What do you think, Tyrell?
Yeah. For me, I think the same thing. I do. There was a true thing. On the Run tour, on the Run 2, she was on stage. There's a guy that was in front that ran up there, and he got tackled. He got arrested. All that good stuff. Like, you don't go run up there on Beyonce. I mean, I would love to do that, but I would never do that. But yeah. And then when she got into the car, and the morphine of the faces, and she saw her friend and all that good stuff, like all that, like, okay, yeah, this is like dreamlike. Like, she's definitely visualizing her friend that y'all think that she killed. And then they got in the car, and when she's in the car looking at her, and she's like, "Oh, everything be fine." I was like, this can't be real. The fuck? And that was the police escorting her ass straight to jail. She getting locked up as Tony. I wonder if she's going to a man or a female prison. Who knows? But this I do think it was not real, but in her imagination, her really sick mind of hers, that that was real. So I agree with you on this one. And it was a great show.
Okay, what do you think, Tyrone?
You know what? I think, and this may be left with it, but I think she in heaven. I think they shot her.
She died
on stage. Wow. Yeah, I think she died.
Thought she killed herself.
No, I think she died on stage. You know, trying to do too much. You know, I think they got her ass, and especially because
like they shot her.
Yeah, I think they shot her.
You seen the blood? I'm sorry.
No, but I mean, I really think, you know, they.
So that's why she saw her sister, because she was in heaven.
Yeah, I think that's
I get it. Yeah. Okay.
It's different.
That's my theory. That's my.
She's like, all the dead people. She's gonna see all the people she killed up there.
Yeah.
Ooh, they're gonna be mad too.
Yeah, it's gonna be mad.
That's an interesting one, Tyrone. Okay, what do you think, Tommy?
I'm gonna have to sit with that one with that Tyrone gave. That's an interesting perspective. I like that.
You do?
I do.
Okay, I bet.
I do think though, like with like you said, Tyrell and Mika, I do think that she got caught. I think it was that detective.
Loretta? Not Divine?
Yeah, because remember the detective was saying, "I'm going to Atlanta."
Yep, she did.
She did. Yep.
And she said, "I bet you I can find her at a concert."
Yep, she said that at the end of the episode because she put the pieces together, the old school map, like the serial killers.
Yep.
So I think that detective is the one that she was leaning against in that car.
And maybe that detective killed her ass. Yeah, that's what she did. Like he said, she in heaven. No more potato chips. she bad.
Well, she could be in hell. Yeah,
she could be.
Oh my god,
lots of potato chips down there. She good.
No snacks. No snacks. What you think, Keisha? She's got to compose herself.
had a great theory. And yes, I feel that she is caught. And you know, I didn't understand the whole like face changing mystique shit and everything else like that. And it threw me off. But the little dream sequence, I was like, nah, she ain't in the car. Nah,
There's no
she's
way.
arrested.
That's,
Yeah,
would
she
you
got
put someone in a car with you to run up on you? I would never. The fuck? Are you serious? Someone run up on you, especially you on stage performing or doing whatever the god you're doing. No, there's no way you would be in that car with them. She don't know you.
No,
You're not inviting them home, Tyrell?
No, I'm not inviting them home. No, hell no, I'm not.
and you know, and when she turned into Tony, and it's because of that incident that she did at that party. That's the reason why she did that. So her identity will be concealed. And yeah, she got caught. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, how ignorant. I wasn't straight ignorant like that. You did that shit in LA, and then you're gonna do that shit again in Atlanta. Like,
on
why
a bigger
you doing
stage.
that? You could be like in the back and everything, just like.
And how that guy that's just roundabout, running around selling tickets, how he get the best seats in the house? Yeah. I was like, when I see people selling tickets, that shit's in the nosebleeds. And he just like, he was outside selling $4,000 tickets. You know what I mean? Like, remember she like stabbed his ass in the car? They got in the car for that exchange. I was like, okay, this is, I've seen this before, but in a different light. But she fucked him up.
Yeah, she did.
Yes. Yeah, she had to get them tickets. So yeah, it was like right in front. That was crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, good seats.
I was like, bless his heart.
Yeah.
Because I was like 4,000.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like the way he looked, I don't know. He did something.
Obviously, were legit tickets. I was worried about that the tickets were gonna be she killed him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The way he looked was suspect. Like he didn't look like he would have $4,000 tickets.
Yeah.
But she killed him though.
And she killed his ass. Now that we saw the blood and we saw the stabbing. We saw him do that
at the Naija concert. But I'm like, how do you get away with stabbing somebody? You know, the rocking motion of the car.
Yeah, that's true.
And you were at one of the most biggest events.
But people probably didn't care. They were there to see Beyonce. They were not paying attention to no rocking of the cars. They probably thought they were doing something strange for some change. But that's different. So I wouldn't have paid no mind either. I want to see Beyonce.
And that's the theme of the show. Nobody paying attention.
Nobody paying attention. That's life. People don't give a fuck.
That's so scary though. That's true.
Well, that's why my favorite episode was the one about the detective. You know, the one 6 because you know she was like, yeah, a lot of black girls slip through the cracks. You know, and it just like broke my heart a little bit because like this is real. You know, this is they telling a story, but this is real. You know, and how many people like that? You know. Women and men, girls and boys, who slip through the cracks and who end up, in these type of situations.
Oh yeah. And Tyrone, you hit that too, because you just don't. That's so layered, right? Because again, no one's paying. It's almost like she was lost at an early age through the system, through placement, and then you never know fully what her young adult life looked like. Like there's so much that probably went. That you didn't pay attention to, no one saw, or they didn't do anything impactful, maybe early intervention, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So I think. Go ahead, Keisha.
No, I'm just saying. Shout out to the caseworker when the detective was asking all the questions. Like, no, I'm not gonna tell you all about her. Like, why? Like, stop. And you can see that empathy for Dre through the caseworker because she was in a really bad situation. And it was that deep and so like awful that she was like, no, I'm protecting her because she knew that her like in that foster care system that nobody didn't give a damn about her. And she was the only one that actually gave a damn about her, even if she was a murderer or whatever like that. You question her, she's a suspect. She's like, hell to the no. I'm still gonna protect this baby.
Yeah.
I mean, the loyalty was definitely there. I remember in the episode 6 when the detective was talking and they interviewed that one young lady, and she was saying that she got stabbed that
the sleepover, yeah.
Dre stabbed her in the neck. And I was like, but I was trying to figure out what age did that happen, because they were saying when they adopted Dre and they were talking about the grade that she was in. So I was just trying to figure out, Keisha, like, how long has she been
violent? It's been a long time, yeah, because it seemed like it was before she was even placed, yeah.
So like, how long? Which again goes back to, I want to know why. Like,
we're not gonna know, Tommy.
What happened? Like, what's going on?
And they said they left it purposely like that. Yeah.
But you know what's so interesting too? Like, now Mika and I, we love a good true crime ID channel. I said it's so interesting because sometimes we'll ask ourselves questions. Even we've seen people grow up in the best homes, the worst homes, and then become like sociopaths or like a killer. Like, what forms this person when they've had the best circumstances? Versus we can kind of point to, if they were in the worst circumstances, maybe that has something to do with it. But how do you explain the opposite? Because we still don't know Dre's initial upbringing.
Yeah, and they left it that way. They left it that way purposely. They said because not to have the answer, which I kind of like, because you could do.
Well, I like that better. It makes you like we're all talking right now. It's like great conversational thing. And everyone has different views and it's scarier too, because of what the lengths that she'll go. It's like, oh wow, I don't feel like I could ever do anything like that. But I've not brought up, you know what I mean? So it's I don't know.
But you know what it kind of reminded me of?
Beyonce, I'm not killing for you, Beyonce.
Yeah, I love her though.
Yeah,
a little bit. It reminded me of that Shudder original, Sissy. You know,
I love that movie. We talked about this.
Yeah. How she was, how she went through certain things as a child and acted out in certain ways, and then we don't know like what happened in between. But then we saw like what happened towards the end and how it just like a snowball effect.
It snapped and
yeah, that's true.
That was over the top.
So I want to get from everyone, because I don't want to keep us too long. So I want to do, like, for the last thing, you guys, I want us to all go around, and don't worry, comments, we'll finish you out before we let you go, because I know some people wrote stuff. I want to know everyone's overall rating. What would you rate this from a 1 to 10? Like,
that's scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah, scale of 1 to 10, kind of what you guys would rate it. So I want to start. Let's start with Terrell.
Me, okay. All right, so there's been a lot of shows that have been coming out lately. There's not a show lately that I've got to sit and just binge through like the way I did this. I was so drawn to the character. The acting was great, and I think this deserves to be seen. Even if you're not even into the characters or could relate to this, everyone should watch this. So I give this a solid 9 out of 10, in my opinion.
Ooh, nice.
Loved it, period.
Okay,
wow.
great,
and I'm glad we did this stream.
Oh, yes, awesome. Well, okay, what about you, Tyrone?
You know what? I think the show has definitely showed us something that we haven't necessarily seen before, with a black woman serial killer and just going into certain depths and just how they shot it and just certain messages that they were putting in the show. So I feel like since they showed us something that we haven't necessarily seen before, like it was a 8.5 for me, but I would say I would bump it up to a 9, because they showed us stuff that we didn't necessarily.
Yeah, it's different. It's not like the normal shit that we're seeing that's been recycled over and over and over.
Right.
And a plus two, they weren't like 45-hour long.
Perfect.
So that deserves kudos as well. It was straight to the point, 25 to 30-minute episodes, and it got to the point easily, and we connected with these characters like that, didn't we? In 7 episodes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Oh no, that's good. That's good.
We have like 22 episodes, please.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Yeah. What do you think, Tommy?
I don't know. I just had to change in my mind. I had to change my ranking after listening to Terrell and Tyrone, because I agree 100%. Like it is unique, for a number of reasons, and I just loved her performance as Dre in this. It was phenomenal. I'm always impressed by an actor's or actress's ability to cry. Like with that sense of with that intensity, I just be like, oh my, like what do they think about to make that
and
happen?
authentically do it too? Because we've seen some cries that just
it's a hell of a skill.
I
would have to say I was going to give it a 7.
Okay.
But after listening to Tyrone and Terrell, I'm like, okay, I think based on the acting, based on how unique it was, I'm just still wanting more answers. I'm sorry. I'm still wanting more answers. And so I think I would have to kind of leave it at like I'm moving from a 7 to an 8.
Okay. Nice. Okay. We got me on the edge of my seat. I'm like,
I know, me too. I was like, what is he gonna say? Mr. Lawyer.
Okay. Okay. What do you think?
Big 8.
Tommy need answers. He wants that conclusion.
I just need a little bit more there. But yes, it's solid 8.
I know. Yeah, solid. Okay, what do you think, Keisha?
I'm not gonna like say, oh no, I done already formed it in my head. I give it like a 9.2.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, a 9.2 because you have this breakdown with the characters. I feel they were very solid. They did very well of fleshing them out.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many not only just like the main the storyline was just very solid. You see like different perspectives, you know, how people around Dre, how they react to her, how she reacts to them.
Mm-hmm.
And plus the fact that it is a Black woman serial killer. Very well done in that, because it's like how if you watch Dexter, we love Dexter.
I sure do.
Yep.
Not this last season, but I do.
No.
Not that new blood shit.
No.
Baby, that new blood shit, I'm like, I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I was like,
It's a no for me. That's a whole different ranking.
But yeah, it's like how we fell in love with Dexter. We know Dexter's doing some crazy shit, killing people, you know, because of the code, but she didn't have a code. How she operated by herself, because she was that lone wolf, or like that killer, but she was a lone wolf in this, and it's like she had to rely more on herself of doing like crazy shitty ass things and stuff, but we still love her the same way how we love Dexter. And you know, the detective was on her like Dope's flag, you know, surprise motherfucker, you know. It was like that, you know, and everything. It's like, you know, I like how it still brings out the emotion in all of us and how we react towards it. I love the ambiguity of it and everything, because it does have us like, what about this theory? You know, what if she did do this, and what happened and everything, especially about with Marissa and stuff, because I was on the fence about like, did she really kill her? And I was like, you know what, I'm going with my first instinct, because she did kill Marissa. And I'm glad Tyrone brought that up right there.
I'm still like
that's
this.
what I was thinking.
I know Kira and Tyrell like, okay.
Put on the piece. I'd rather hear that.
But yeah, I mean, it's very beautiful. The colors, the cinematography, everything.
Oh yeah, the cinematography was great.
The cinematography was like absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, there's my final thoughts.
Okay,
nice. Okay, so how am I gonna follow all of you guys? I'm just gonna keep it really short and sweet. Okay, because Keisha, everybody, Tommy, Tyrell, y'all said everything that needs to be said. Now I'm gonna just give this, you guys, a solid 10.
Damn, there you go.
They say it with your chest.
Y'all did. Yeah, short and sweet. Y'all said everything. 10.
That's it. 10.
10's across the board. Got it.
Across the board. Self-explanatory. No explanation needed.
Period.
Okay, and to follow that, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet too. But Kira, I'm gonna do a solid 10 as well.
Oh, damn!
Like everything you guys said. One, I loved that it focused on a Black woman, right, and a woman serial killer, especially as a horror fan, because you don't see that. You know what I mean? So I love that. I love like the cinematography. I love the story. I love the guest appearances. It was just, casting was phenomenal to me. Dominique Fishback, this was her moment to kind of really shine and to show those acting chops in another level. I just think it was really, really well done. We even had some writers. I think right? They said
no,
Malia
yeah,
Obama did
Obama was the
episode
writer.
5.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought it was a great show all around. I haven't seen anything like it. I love the ambiguity, like you said too, Keisha, like what's real, what's not. So I just had a good time with it, and I even rewatched it. So you can always find something different with it.
Oh,
so
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with a 10. I just really
Nice,
enjoyed
nice,
it. Yeah.
nice.
All right, so I'm just gonna finish out the comments, you guys, because I just want to make sure we get everybody's comments. So Oksana said Terrell Beyonce historian.
Yes.
Hello. Jaleesa said there's no way Dre made it to heaven.
Jaleesa. I know.
Charles said Terrell Majors and Beyonce. Don't play with him. Don't play with him. Don't play with him.
Period.
Yeah. Charles said, what if it was Travis Scott concert where she died in the crowd, never even made it up on stage?
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Oh, that's morbid.
I know,
He ran his ass over.
Oh, and she said, Charles.
Oh, you petty for that? I'm wheezing. Oh, see.
Yeah, then Charles says, just got to say, loving this stream. Thank you for having Terrell as a guest. And
Hey,
just to ruffle
thank
some
you.
feathers. Kelly over Beyonce. Let's start this dilemma.
Oh, bitch. No, you didn't. I like Kelly, though. Shout out. I love me some Kelly. That song with Nelly. She's great.
Yeah.
When love takes over, she got hits.
I know.
Motivation. Because
She
people didn't
do.
listen to that song, girl.
Yeah.
She got some great hits.
Yes. So me and Kira just want to. Oh, what was that? Oh,
That's not me.
That's
That's
me.
Tyrone.
Oh no, that's Keisha.
No, that's
Yes,
that's
so you
me.
guys.
I'm
You guys, I just want to say thank you for joining us. Me and Kira are going to hold everyone hostage, but I had a great time chatting with you guys tonight.
Oh,
and
you're gonna put everybody's
yeah,
stuff
and
in
I'm
there?
going to let everybody give they shine. I just want to let everyone know I put everybody's socials, everybody's links to all of their projects, all their socials in the description below. So you follow these guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow what everyone is doing. We got a great panel. And I want to highlight everyone. I want to go around. You guys, this is your moment. Rep your stuff, rep your pages, tell people what you got going on so that they know. So, Kira, I'm just going to tell the names and you give them full screen.
Okay, I can do
Okay,
that.
so we'll just go back around. Let's start with Tyrell again.
All right. Hey guys, thank you guys for watching. Thanks you guys for having me. But yeah, Overlook Theater, I do Blu-ray Tuesday with Terrells. They air every Thursday at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And that's been a lot of fun. So subscribe to that. And you can follow me on Instagram at Terrell88.
Yes,
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Yes,
you,
and Tyrone.
Oh,
Okay,
hello.
one moment. Let me let him highlight him. There we
Well,
go.
He looks so happy. He's smiling.
Thank y'all for
That
having
cherry
me
pie.
on again. But thank y'all for having me on. But I'm the Evol Tyrone. You can catch me on Twitter, Instagram, on YouTube, doing interviews with the horror community, content creators, and having discussions with the community, chopping it up, talking about horror. So thank y'all. Thank you.
Oh,
Hey.
yes,
Awesome. Okay, Tommy.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. This has been fantastic. You can follow me on Instagram, Black Horror Survivor, my YouTube channel, and I have something in the works coming up for this summer that's really, really big, and so I'm looking forward to that. And it's all horror related, of course. So
Okay.
Very nice. Yes.
Yes,
Can't wait to see it.
Okay, and Keisha.
Hey, this is the Random Horror Show. You can follow me on Instagram at the Random Horror Show. Also, you can find me on Facebook. If you want me to review a movie for you, horror content, it doesn't matter. Science fiction, fantasy, folk classics, and obscure, and television shows, and even literature and everything. You can reach me at the Random Horror Show at gmail.com. And though the Random Horror Show is kind of like in a little kind of like on hiatus, but I'm coming back with the 6th season, late summer and everything. So I got a lot of things just up there for y'all and everything. So thanks.
Can't wait.
Nice.
Awesome. Yes.
Awesome.
Hold you to it, Keisha. We want to see it.
Yes. And Kira, give a little synopsis for us real quick of what's coming up.
I mean, I'll try to do
See
that.
y'all later.
Okay.
Nice to meet
Oh,
y'all.
bye,
Bye.
Keisha.
Bye.
So you guys can just follow us on that Double Feet Podcast on Instagram. This month we are covering A24 films, and stick around. Make sure you follow. We're gonna have a nice little cute little giveaway for everybody later this month that I think people will enjoy. Yeah, I think that's about it, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
congrats, Mika, on your giveaway. Did you
I
get
know,
did
I
he reach
got
out
it
to you?
today.
She
I got
won
it.
on my shit,
I
the
know.
Blood and Banter game.
I
Shout
just
out
got
to that.
it. I just got
good.
it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I'm
Yes.
glad. So we gotta
And
play that.
we'll be reaching out to people too, because I want to do a
Gotta play that.
stream playing
Yeah.
the game, like maybe doing a couple of the game, like playing it on the live stream. I think that'll
That'd be
be
perfect.
fun.
That'd
Yes,
be fun.
yes.
And
Yes,
congrats
so-
again.
Yes, thank you. So I just want to thank everybody, and we got some hearts in the streams. A lot of
Yay.
people loving it. Great stream. Thank you guys. We appreciate it. Jaleesa, thank you guys, all the love. So we're gonna wrap up, you guys. Thanks for joining with us tonight. We had a fun time, and have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
That was fun.